my name is Taylor Taberski. I am a product manager here at Variphy. I specialize in our Zoom and MS Teams platform integration. So that is why I'm here today, kind of showcasing what we have in store for MS Teams DID. Okay, so what we're going to do is kind of go through the steps of what you would, follow to set up a brand new site. We're going to associate a block, and then we're also going to kind of display, what available DIDs are within MS Teams, as well as CUCM, kind of giving you that cross-platform integration. So if you see my screen, basically I have a site already created called My Site. What I'm going to do is create another site just for today's demonstration. So I'm sort of a Buffalo native, so I'm going to create a Buffalo site. And within my Buffalo site here, what I'm going to do is navigate to the DID blocks, right? So I have a couple of different blocks configured, but again, for today's demonstration and strictly just MS Teams, I'm going to select this MS Teams block. So I have my MS Teams block selected. This is kind of where you can start configuring which DIDs you want to filter on and so on and so forth. What I'm going to do is select that Buffalo site to associate that site to my MS Teams block. I'm going to basically look for the numbers between 2200 and 2300, which basically will populate those DIDs within my Teams tenant. And so for CUCM, we made a lot of changes right here in this configuration. So for MS Teams, it's honestly quite simple to associate a Teams tenant, right? So right now I have my Teams tenant labeled My Microsoft Tenant. But if I remove this, and again, just demonstrating how easy it is, you can remove this tenant, select your platform. If you had several tenants or just one tenant like I do here, you would simply select that tenant and select Add Platform. And there we have it. Now that tenant is now associated to this block. For this demonstration today, I'm not going to go further into tag numbers or user permissions. So my block is ready to go, and now it's associated. And what I can do to kind of just confirm that that site now has this MS Teams block is I can select DID sites, and now we currently have that one block associated. So let's get to the reporting side of things. So what I can do now is select DID management here. I can find my newly created Buffalo site, and I can find that Teams block that I just associated. Going to throw in some wildcards here, so it gives me everything. And for the result count, I'm just going to keep it to 25. So now when I press view results, it's going to give me basically all the available DIDs within that Teams tenant. So if I scroll down, these are basically all the available DIDs. Again, I kept this only showing 25. So if you want to display more or show more here, you would just basically increase the result count. For this demonstration today, I basically filtered out all of the newly implemented columns or fields here. So every field you're seeing here is going to be unique to MS Teams. And let's say, for example, you wanted to prioritize a certain column or a field and move it within this search. What you can do is select Show or Hide Columns. And let's say I want to move platform name to the top. You'd select your arrows here, press Save. And now that my Microsoft Tenant platform name is now basically showing where you want it to, which is a pretty cool tool to utilize here. Okay, so let's dive into what it looks like if there's an active DID, and then I can basically show a snippet of where those fields are being derived from within the actual Teams admin tenant. So I'm going to deselect available and select active and view results. All right, so right now it's basically saying, hey, we have Victor and Jim. They currently have 2 DIDs assigned to them. And to kind of basically confirm what I'm seeing is accurate within my tenant, we can go here. And I can kind of go through some of the fields that basically are displaying within our results, and then also confirm them within the tenant here. So if your PSTN provider is Microsoft, that is where this number provider column detail is coming from. That is number provider here. As I said briefly before, Jim and Vic both have DIDs assigned. So we have Jim and Vic. They're both assigned to those 2 numbers that populated, and then their platform username is assigned here. For available usages, that's basically what we're seeing: user, conference, and voice app. That is being displayed in this column over here. I think there's actually a few more. For number type, so for number type, you can see calling plan or direct routing or operator connect. That is what we mapped to our PSTN connectivity. So that is where this number type is basically being displayed from. And then the last 2 here are basically some more background information that we gather from the API. We actually listened to our customers' feedback. They said that they wanted to see the GUID that's available within MS Teams. So that GUID is basically a unique identifier from Teams that's going to connect the user with the phone number. So that number or that ID is displayed here. And then lastly, we have activation state, which is activated. Okay, so that is again a sneak peek of so far what we have within MS Teams for 25.4.1. Before I get back to Jim here, I also want to display what it looks like for cross-platforming. So within this basically block right now, I have just a Teams block configured. But let's say, for example, you have a hybrid scenario where your on-call manager and Teams, you want to see which DIDs are available, or maybe you're migrating from call manager all to Teams. This is where that cross-platforming will come in handy. So what I'll do is navigate back to my Teams block. For now, I'll go to Platform Association once again. And I already have my Microsoft tenant associated. I'm going to now select my cluster, press Add Platform. And for the DN match count, I'm going to select 4. And now once I press save, we're going to now have 1 block associating a CUCM cluster as well as a Teams tenant. So when I go back to DID management, let's look at all the available DIDs. Okay, so now we have a list of all those available DIDs within Teams or CUCM. And basically, platform type is letting me know, hey, these are both available here. We have the platform name, which again is the tenant name that you give within Variphy, or the CUCM cluster name within Variphy. And lastly, if I want to basically see what this looks like, if there was, a block of DIDs that would be available or active within Teams and CUCM, I can select active and view results. So now I have my 3 DIDs that are displaying as active, 1 for CUCM, 2 for MS Teams. And as I said before the demonstration started, I actually prioritized all of the MS Teams fields. That's why they are basically first while looking at this display. If I scroll to the right, you can then see all the CUCM fields that are specific, obviously, to CUCM. So we have, which block name is it? Where is it associated? What's the site name? The DN status, all within our platform here.